You know, I think everybody in Texas needs to go back to driving school, and I'm about to tell you why. Hi everybody, welcome back to the vlog. Sorry I haven't posted in a couple days. I'm behind on like 2 vlogs, I think, but I need to push these videos out, so I'm trying my best to do that. I'm going to sit down on my computer probably tonight and tomorrow night and get these videos pushed out for you guys. But I do have a story to tell today, and I think it's a pretty interesting story. So as you guys know, I have a bike. I ride it to school every morning. It's a Rad Power bike. It's an electric bike. They're very well-known electric bikes made here in the U.S. They're made down in Seattle, I believe. And I ride that same bike to school every morning that you guys have seen in previous vlogs. And I've had accidents on it before, very minor accidents. Sometimes I've misjudged a turn, or I've had to slam on my brakes, or sometimes I've almost fallen off my bike or skidded my tires or things like that. Very minor accidents, you know, you don't think about stuff like that. But what you do think about is getting into a car accident. And that's what happened to me today. I got into an accident this morning with my bike on my way to school. I don't have any footage, obviously, but I was riding to school. I come to the entrance to a gas station. There's 2 entrances to the gas station. I'm coming to the entrance. Entrance is clear, so I proceed ahead. And out of nowhere, this Toyota Tundra comes turning into the entrance with me, and we collide head on. I fall off my bike. Luckily, at that time, I was wearing my helmet. I heard my helmet hit the ground. I heard a thud. So obviously, I'm in shock. I'm a bit shaken up. And yeah, I hear my helmet hit the ground. It makes a loud thud. I got a couple scrapes and bruises. I got a band-aid right here. But at this point, I'm in shock. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to do. The guy himself, he was very concerned. He's very nice. He was like, you know, are you okay? Do I need to call an ambulance? Do you need medical attention? And I'm like, I do not. You know, I'm good. Thank you, though. And we both went our separate ways. Now at this point, I get to school. I tell the people who are standing outside, I was like, you know, can I go see the nurse? I just got into a pretty bad accident with my bike this morning, and it was involved with a car, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh my gosh, yeah, she's right in there. So I go and see the nurse, and I tell her what happened. Basically, I collided with a car, blah, 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 blah. And she evaluates me. I have a small abrasion on my left arm, and at this point my arm's a little sore, and my hip is also a little sore. It does feel a little better right now, but so yeah, she checks me out, she cleans up my bruise or abrasion or whatever, puts a band-aid over it, and I think by school rule and by law you have to call parents, obviously. So she called my mom. My mom's freaking out. She's like, you know, definitely want to press charges against this guy, blah, blah, blah. You know, the school resource officer comes to talk to me. They have to proceed to then send Houston police down there. So Houston police get there, about 4 or 5 officers show up. The lead officer, he was nice. But there was this one officer, I didn't get his badge number, didn't get his name, totally forgot, but he was an absolute jerk. He proceeded to argue with my mom on city code, city ordinance, and was like, oh yeah, well technically your son should have been riding on the road. And I'm like, well, technically the road and the sidewalk are both dangerous places. The sidewalk is going to be more safer, obviously. I mean, what do you want me to do, ride on the road with a bunch of other lunatic drivers? I mean, you think the road's going to be any safer? Like, what are you, an idiot? So he proceeds to argue, and, you know, he's like, I'm not going to argue with you, ma'am, blah, 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 blah. A bunch of, like, cocky, you know, officers, you know. I was like, really, dude? Like, now is not the time. And an HFD, which is the Houston Fire Department, they come, ambulance, the whole shebang, stretcher. They're like, you know, do you need to go to the hospital in an ambulance, stretcher? I'm like, no, I do not need any of that. So my mom drives me to the ER. Then they proceed to do a full checkup on me. They x-ray my arm, make sure it's not broken, no fractures, no breaks, anything like that. Again, like I said, luckily at the time I was wearing my helmet, so that my helmet didn't break, which was good. There was a big dent, which I'll show you guys in a second, on my helmet. You guys probably won't be able to see it, but But yeah, so it's very interesting. And that just proves, I almost had like it was a near-death experience, but it was definitely a scary experience, and it was definitely like, oh my gosh. So I was definitely in shock about that. And as you can see, also, we're in a new location today. And I think the people behind me have electric bikes. If you guys can see them. Yeah, but I think they do, yeah. Yep, I think they do. That's really cool. But yeah, we're in a new location today. This is a brand new location. This is the lake near my house. It's an awesome place down here. It really is. And yeah, so that's really cool. I don't see a lot of people here in Kingwood with electric bikes. There's a lot of regular bikes here, but I hardly ever, rarely see electric bikes. Like my friend Pub, he's an electric bike that he rides to school every day. But yeah, so let me show you guys my helmet, and I'll talk more about the story. So basically right here, I don't know if you guys can see, which side, it's on this side, yeah, I see it right here. It's like about right here. My helmet has a bit of a dent, it's noticeable, of where I hit my head, because I fell on my left side. So that would be where my helmet hit. And yeah, there's a pretty noticeable dent. Nothing that damaged the helmet though, so this thing luckily kept me safe. And that's why it's always important, always important to wear a helmet, because people here in Texas, like I've said many times, drive like lunatics. They're crazy drivers. People speed. The sad part about it is people speed near the elementary school, because I'm down there every day, Bear Branch Elementary School, right near my house, because I live in a town called Bear Branch. And there's cars speeding down there all the time, doing stuff they're not supposed to do. It's just ridiculous, like, you know. And HPD doesn't seem to be helping much either. I mean, you know, that one officer was a complete jerk to my mom, and like I said, continued to argue for, which was not needed at all at the time. So luckily, they didn't cite me for anything. They're like, you know, we're not going to cite Bond today, you know, but just take this as a sort of like a word of caution, like be careful in the future. And if you're ever involved in, because I didn't get his name, I didn't get a license plate, I just told him, you know, white. I think at the time, that's not what I was thinking about. I was more focused on myself and making sure I was okay. Plus I was in shock. So I was like, you know, I don't know what to do. So yeah, but yeah, so I didn't get the guy's name. I just told him, you know, white Toyota Tundra, obviously. And yeah, pretty interesting, but it could have been a lot worse. I think I got lucky. I think that was God saying, you're not going to die today. So thank you, God. But yeah, thank God, because it could have been a lot worse. But yeah, other than that, I had a pretty okay day at school today. Only went for like half the day. Only went from like 5th period to 7th. So I only had like 3 classes. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, other than that, I had a pretty okay day today. And yeah, so I told my war stories to my friends, and they were like, "Oh my gosh!" And yeah, so I'm still standing, I'm still walking, so that's good. At least I didn't break anything, because that was my main concern, and also concussion as well. But yeah, so I'm doing mighty okay. You know, I think the main lesson everybody can learn from this is if you are a driver in Texas, and Texas especially, don't drive like a maniac, please. For the sake of our children and bikers and cyclists, don't drive like a maniac, because you do it around the elementary schools, you do it around the middle schools, and you do it especially around the high schools, which is such an issue, and it's so bad, and you should not be doing it. So yield to pedestrians. Pedestrians are priority, always, no matter the circumstance. Always yield to pedestrians. The pedestrians always have the right of way. We learned that in driver's school. Maybe if you forgot that, maybe you should go back to driving school. Just saying. Alright, I have to get home. I have to go to dinner in like an hour or so. Going out at this new restaurant called Italiano's with a friend of mine and his family and his mom. So really excited about that. So I gotta get home. I don't think I'm gonna bring my camera to dinner or anything, or vlog. about that, but I will let you guys know how it went when I get home. So see you guys. Hey guys, Bond from the year 2050 here. Just to give a little update from what happened, because that was Thursday's vlog that I'm posting today. I'm doing fine, there's no need to worry. I'm doing absolutely fine. I do feel a little sore, my arms are a little sore. Also my hip, sorry for the truck. Wait till he passes. Also my hip is feeling a little sore as well. But other than that, I'm doing pretty good. I hold my camera up with my right arm, so that's not really affecting me holding up my camera right now. But yeah, there's no need to worry. I'm doing fine. I'm doing absolutely fine. And yeah, so I just wanted to give you guys a little update. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next one. See you guys.